Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Danielle and I'm so glad that you found your way to this video. And if you're returning, then hey friend, I hope you're doing well. This is my first update for my Project 100 Uses Project Pan. And just fair warning today, fam, the vibe is a little chaotic. I'm in a bit of a rush today, and when I rush, I really rush my words. So I'm trying to intentionally speak at a slower pace so that you can hear what I'm saying and that I enunciate. But I'm going to try to keep this short and concise, quick and to the point. So we'll see how this goes. Before I hop on into it, I do just want to clarify that this project was created by Chic Geek, and she actually created this project based off of Too Much Tash, and she has a ongoing series that she calls Club 100 or 100 Club, some sort of combination of those words. That is basically how Too Much Tosh kind of keeps track of the products in her collection that she has used 100 times. Chic Geek does the same thing. She's kind of adapted it to be a little bit more of a Project Pan style thing where she updates how many times she has used her products. But for both of them, they don't have a specific Project Pan where they choose products they have yet to use that many times and are intentionally focusing on them. They just track their usage of their entire collection, and then they provide updates regarding how many times they have used each product, and especially when they have been used 100 times. Where my adaptation of this project comes from is from watching Chic Geek, as well as several others who have adapted this project into more of a Project Pan style, where they choose specific products that have not yet reached 100 uses and try to more intentionally focus on those products. And I also took that and chose to adapt it. I have a couple of other adaptations that I'm not going to go into too much depth about. I have some additional rules that I expanded on a bit in my introduction to this project for 2022. So I'm going to link that now, and I would encourage you to check that out to see some of those additional rules that I have added on to my version of this project. So now with all of that out of the way, I am going to go ahead and jump into it. I have currently 6 products that are in this project that I am trying to intentionally use 100 times. In my introduction, I did touch a little bit on how much of a background I had with each product, if I'd used it before, if I had any kind of feelings about that product coming into this project. And today I'm just going to, of course, give an update on how many times I have used those products, but also kind of give an update on my impressions of those products, my feelings towards them. So I'm going to start with the Fenty Cream Bronzer in the shade Butter Biscuit. This product is really easy to use. It looks very natural on the skin, and it's very buildable. You can put a very sheer layer on, or you can build that up to be a bit bronzier. And when this product is built up, it does actually deepen in tone a bit. So I do anticipate that this will work for me just as well as it does now, even in the summer. We'll see when we get there whether that holds true or not. For the first month or so of this project, I was also using the Patrick Ta Bronzer and Contour Duo alongside this product. I've just recently started using the Fenty Cream Bronzer a bit more exclusively, so I'm hoping to see a bit more progress because of that. Regardless, so far I've used it 14 times, and at this point at least, I am planning to keep this in the project the entire time through the 100 uses. As a reminder, in this project, I do have a 25 use minimum. So for each product, I intend to use them at least 25 times. Once I hit the 25 use mark, I can kind of decide, is this something that I would like to use all the way up or at least 100 times? And if the answer is no, then I'll declutter it. For this product, at least right now, am really enjoying it. My updates happen every other month. So prior to my next update, I would like to hit that 25 use minimum so that I can make a final decision on this product. Next is the Tower 28 Cream Blush in the shade Power Hour. At first I was a bit intimidated by this deep color. I'd used it a couple of times before, but not regularly in my routine. So I was a bit intimidated to begin including it more regularly. However, I've found that I can really sheer this out to be a nice rusty nude. I'm wearing it right now on top of the Fenty bronzer, and I also have a couple of other products in this project layered over this blush. But nonetheless, I am wearing this today. So perhaps that gives you an idea of what the color would look like. It is still definitely a strong color on me. So I would say that it is, of course, meant for deeper skin tones and perfectly appropriate for skin tones deeper than my own. I have only reached for this 6 times so far this year, but I would like to get closer to that 25 use limit by next update. Next is the BH Cosmetics Bellini Blush Palette. These are, of course, some really bright, strong colors, and they do appear that vibrant on the skin. The only one that is a little bit less vibrant is, of course, this Georgia Peach color, which is the lightest one. Otherwise, this is definitely a very pigmented palette. It will probably be best to use during the spring and summer months. So I'm hoping to get some more use out of it as the weather warms up here this spring. So far, I have used this palette 12 times. As far as each individual shade, I do have the goal for palettes to use each shade at least 5 times, but that doesn't necessarily count if I only keep it in for 25 uses. Nonetheless, because the goal is to use each shade at least 5 times, I do keep track of how often I use each one. So my totals are for Georgia Peach, 10 uses so far. For Just Peachy, 6 uses. I've used Peachy Keen 2 times, Peach of Cake 2 times, Life's a Peach once, and Peach Please once. So obviously I've been gravitating more towards these 2 right here, and just in general toward these more neutrally and workable colors on my skin tone, especially during the winter months. Because this palette is so strongly pigmented, I am still making up my mind about these blushes. So the 25 use mark might be especially important for this palette. In the meantime, before next update, I would like to use each shade at least 2 more times. And I want that because some of these I've only used once or even twice for most of them. So I want to be sure to give each one a fair shot as I'm on my way to that 25 use goal. And then from there, I can kind of decide about the future of this palette in my collection. Next is the Pat McGrath Divine Rose Mothership palette. This is the Divine Rose 1 palette, the original, and this palette is just an absolute love for me. I don't think that I need to wait for the 25 use mark to let you know that this is one of my favorite palettes at the moment, and I will definitely not be decluttering this. So far, I have reached for this palette in total 21 times. And for each shade, I have used Skin Show Nude 14 times, Valoria 1 time, Sable Bronze 5 times, Refined Gold 002 I have used 3 times, I've used Iridescent Pink 003 once, Extreme Mahogany 5 times, Lovelace and Rose Dusk each I have used 3 times, VR Rose Venus I've used once, and then Astral Solstice I've used 5 times. So I do feel pretty good about my progress so far in this palette. I do of course have a few that have not yet reached that 5 use minimum. So that is my goal for this month, to use those ones to their 5 use limit. So then through the rest of the uses in this palette, I can just enjoy and use what I want to use when I want to use them. Next is the Ofra Milk and Cookies highlighter. I also love this product. I have used this 13 times so far, and it is like the perfect nude highlighter. So I'm not anywhere near ready to part with it. I would like to at least hit that 25 use mark by next update, but I'm anticipating that this is one I could hit goal on pretty quickly in this project, just like Divine Rose. And last but not least, we have the ColourPop Lippy pencil in the shade Brick. This is one that I still have struggled to make a decision about. It is one that can be a bit of a statement color on the lips for me, especially if I apply it a bit more darkly. Today I have tried to go for a more wearable look with it, and then I topped it with a gloss, but often this can feel also intimidating to wear. So I will of course use it at least the 25 uses. And then I think this will be another one that will be important to kind of decide about when it comes to that point. But I would like to try to use it at least 15 more times before next update. I think that will probably be the most difficult goal for this project that I've made so far.
But we'll see if I can do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm bound and determined.
So we'll see what I think after those 15 uses. And that is it. I hope I was able to keep this concise while also making it something that you actually want to watch. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know how your project pan is going, and please remember to link your YouTube channel in the comments or to leave your Instagram handle, because I would really love to check out your progress so far. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.